Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Thursday, April 18th. Yeah, 18th, 2024. I wanted to do something a little different in this video. We won't be specifically looking at a political topic. So if that is the only reason you tune in with me, this may not be a video that would be of interest to you, and I don't want to waste your time. You see, I'm not lacking in opportunities to check in on current events and see if there's something I want to read about. But I'm just kind of feeling lately as if that's not where my focus should be, at least for the next few days. I'm not talking long term. And I've been feeling a lot of the symptoms that they associate with ascension flu. And I true honestly believe there's some upgrades in process, which I've been telling myself when those opportunities come to be a better human, no matter what that opportunity is, I want to accept it and just fully, absorb it and go with it. And it seems to me that the politics, no matter which side of the aisle you're on, it's all about trying to justify why you're on that side of the aisle. And then there's a lot of dirty tricks and disparaging comments and stuff that come after people that are trying to take a leadership position in the world. And I believe that the world is coming to a place where there's going to be a lot less need for that kind of human oversight. And I want to do what I can to make it happen. So I've just been kind of following my conscience, my higher self that's just been nudging me to just step away from it, even though I do a pretty good job of not absorbing those events, just making sure I keep my energy from it. I don't know if what I'm saying is resonating with any of you, but I felt like it might. So earlier today, I did a read for myself. I did a 9-card read. I'm going to describe it for you. I'm not going to recreate it because it was personal. But how I did it was I informed the cards as I was doing it that I was going to do a 9-card read, that my top row would be, what are my conscious goals? And then the second row was, what are the goals my higher self has for us in combination? And then the third row was, how best could I reconcile those two? Because there was a difference between my conscious goals, my subconscious goals, the higher self. And then the reconciliation was really beautiful. And it was just 3 cards, 3, 3, 3. So I thought, I'd like to do this for us, for those of us that are awake. By awake, I mean, first of all, we're very aware that there is so much at play in the shadows in our world. And it's not just political awareness, although that kind of started it for me and probably for many of you. Then it's that awareness that we share this world with others, that we've been lied to and mistaught so much. And in tandem with that, you start learning about some of the depravities that have gone on, and that actually we're told when we're not awake, it's just superstitious, it's not, and then in actuality, it's actually what's practiced and what is ritualized for power control and blackmail purposes and everything else. So those of us that are awake, that are somewhere on that continuum, okay, of not just a political awareness, but realizing that we humans have a history that hasn't been allowed to achieve its full potential, that we've been mistaught about many things. That's where I'm focusing this. It doesn't mean that you're accepting like some of the other concepts that I may now accept as, oh yeah, that's part of our reality too. Oh yeah, that's part of our past too. But if you consider yourself awake, somewhat beyond the political realm of being awake and aware, and somewhat aware of how our thoughts create our they inform our actions and actually create our world. If you're somewhere on that, here's where I'm going to ask the cards about us. I'm going to do that same 9-card read. And I'm going to keep it to the collective us that are aware, somewhere on that awakening journey, but not at the start, somewhere on that awakening journey. what is our collective as the awake collective? What is our collective focus on right now? What is it on? What should it be on? And how can we make that best happen? So that's what this reads about. That's why there's no links and no political talk or anything else. And quite honestly, unless there's a big political world event that happens between now and through the weekend, I'm not going to focus on politics per se. Just so you know, just a few days, I thought I really want to get ready for this meditation on Sunday that I'll be doing. And we're talking about empowering ourselves through the I am type of statements and focusing on that. And I thought, just kind of want to unplug from the specific politics for a little bit, just for a few days. So if that is something that you'd still be interested in, hang around. If not, then know that by next week, I'll be looking more seriously at political topics again. So let's ask the universe this question. Those of us that are somewhere on the awake continuum, that are somewhere past realizing the shenanigans going on in the political realm, but realizing there's so much going on in other realms of being. And so we're asking for that. I'm just going to do a 9-card read, asking for where are we as a collective? Where are we focusing our energy on currently? Then what does the universe think we should be focusing our energy on? And the third 3 cards are going to inform us on how best could we make that happen. I think it might be kind of interesting. If it's not, well, this video won't see the light of day. But I'm going to do that. And let me switch the camera. You can watch me work with the cards. And again, 9 cards. The awake collective. What is our focus pretty much on these days? What should it be on? And how could we make that happen? Yeah, there's a lot of humans that are in the process of waking up to some extent. I don't think any of us are done with it. Not those of us still walking around in these bodies, but I see us as a collective, and those that have moved past some of the divisions and petty rivalries that we're supposed to be always involved in, and the fear we're supposed to be living in and all that. We're kind of moving past that. So in light of that, what is our focus? What should our focus be? And how can we reconcile it? Like I said, it was a very enlightening read when I did it for myself. I thought I'd describe it in case some of you are starting to work with cards and wanted to ask that question for yourself. And it's an easy layout to do. Okay, so here we go. This is our collective. Where are we at as far as what we're focusing on? We've got the Empress, 6 of Swords, and 7 of Cups. If you hear a meowing in the background, that's Allie chiming in. Hey, baby. Okay, now what would the universe like us to be focused on? Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. Now, how can we reconcile the two? Well, we're kind of aware and focusing on what we should be focusing on. How can we best integrate those 2 realms? We've got the 10 of Wands. We've got the Hangman. He showed up in my advice too, by the way. And the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to talk with you about each of those rows and we'll see what the cards are trying to tell us. Okay, we have a cat that's joining us, so please don't think I'm playing with the cards. I'm not planning to get any more out of this deck. But I also have a heart for my cat. So I'm going to stop the camera, see what she wants, and I'll be right back, okay? But if these cards move around like she already jumped on this one, you'll know that it's not because I'm doing anything silly with the cards. They're already laid out and we're not getting any more. It's just that Allie has something she wants to tell me. I'm back. We had a horrible situation out at the food bowl. You could see one of the bottom of it. So that's been dealt with. So just so you know what the current calamity was at my household today. Again, let's take a look at this read. The Emperor shows up here for where we're at as a human collective. We did have a major arcana showing up. Now, this kind of tells us the universe is actually pretty happy with us and with the fact that we are waking up. Our focus right now is on matters involving the world and integrating some of our knowledge with unlearning things and learning things. Our focus is on bringing this world into a better place and being very nurturing and caring. And this is a nurturing card too. So we are nurturers, and those of us that are waking up, and our world needs nurturing. So does the human race, and protecting human innocent life in the process. And like it or not, folks, that innocent life often includes those who are unawake and unaware that there's so much going on with this plane of existence than they have allowed themselves to know or have had the opportunity to know. And then where we're at now too, as a collective, is we are being bombarded with lots of choices and things to divert our attention from where we should be, the growth we should be making, the things we should be assimilating and learning into ourselves. So this is where we're at now. Still having some trouble with the distractions of the world and the things that take our focus and alarm us or make us think, oh, I need to follow this news story to its conclusion, that kind of thing. We are concerned about innocent life, and that is beautiful. And we are nurturers, and whether we're exploring that as divine feminine or divine masculine energy, because the divine masculine does have the ability to be nurturing. It's a different type, but it is a nurturing energy. So that's where we're at as those that are waking up. Now, where does the universe want us to be as those that are waking up? Well, first of all, they want us, the universe wants us to realize that our creativity and our psychic abilities, this card often talks about that. So, and then just with an eye to having a peaceful aspect to our lives, our demeanors, our thoughts. But again, exploring those psychic abilities. And then here, where does the universe want us to be? Truth, diplomatic truth, okay? In other words, know our truth, keep acquiring more truth to what we know in that process of unlearning and relearning or learning something anew. And then knowing when and where and how to diplomatically share it, and sometimes knowing when and where not to diplomatically even try to share it, okay? Because it's not always going to be well received and it's a waste of energy. And conserving our energy is important. The universe wants us to slow down, okay? We're all in a rush. We want this world and the changes it's making to have already happened. And we're not in charge of cosmic divine timing. We're just not. So the universe wants us to be taking a little more time for ourselves, to contemplate, to reflect, to just be in nature, ground yourself. Okay, so these are some of the things the universe wants for us. More grounded, less busy, more committed to truth and learning truth, and working on our abilities that aren't always tangible, some of those psychic abilities, our ability to love, our creativity. And that's where the universe wants us to be. Now, how can we reconcile those two? Okay, those of us that are awake, how can we reconcile all the distractions and the choices and the noise that keep us from this? So let's see. And it's funny because these almost work in alignment here, even though I just went 3 by 3. With the 10 of Wands, okay, we have to realize that we've already done a lot of hard work. Okay, a lot of hard work has been done. There may still be more to do, but we're getting into the home stretch here, guys. So it doesn't say to discontinue what we're doing. Just understand we've done a heck of a lot. Okay, now the Hangman is kind of informing us that there's going to be a lot of situations we need to look at a different way, whether it's how we spend our time, you know, that unplugging, that grounding ourselves, seeing the value of that, even though it's not always too tangible, is very important. And then the other advice from the universe with the 8 of Pentacles showing up here is that understand the universe is going to be bringing us new opportunities for advancement towards long-term goals. And those goals aren't always going to be, but some of them are going to be tangible. Okay, they're going to be matters of tangible assets and things like that. There's going to be opportunities coming our way more and more in the near future. Just understand those will come. And the other thing is just avoid that overwork. So the universe is giving us permission to slow down a little bit, number one. The universe is telling us that as a collective, we've done a lot. And that's why there wasn't a huge difference here. You've done a lot. Celebrate that. okay? Give value to exploring abilities that aren't monetary in nature, like your psychic abilities, your intuition, your discernment. Give value to that. Keep looking for truth and insisting on truth. Offer it up as much as you wish to receive it. And give yourself permission to slow down a little bit, to not be distracted. I think we've all gotten to where we reject fear, but we don't always reject anxiety and worry, and give ourselves permission to slow down a little bit. Okay, more opportunities, even if we slow down, are going to come our way. As we keep insisting on truth and looking for truth and expecting truth to be told to us and given to us, we're going to have some new opportunities coming our way to look at things in a new way, including our reality. And then again, as we explore those psychic abilities and our nurturing selves, we put a lot of hard work in that's being recognized by the universe, and doesn't say stop it. It just says you've done so much, so much. Know you've come a long way, and there's a lot of universal love headed our way because of that process we have undertaken as individuals when we've stepped out of the matrix of programming and indoctrination and all that conspired to keep us held back and not reaching our full potential. Let's recap. Today's read was simply about where are we, those of us that are in some way awake on that continuum. So we kind of parsed out people that are just in survival mode or in denial mode and just not in that awakening process. Whether it's, and we did specify a little bit beyond the political awakening, because that's the easiest place to see the shenanigans and manipulation. But if they started looking past that, like who really might some of those leaders be, that kind of thing, okay? And we said, where are we as a collective? What's our focus on right now? And it was beautiful. Our focus has been on innocent life, making sure that it's protected and that innocent life gets to a place of safety. Our focus has been on the nurturing needs of those around us and of, in fact, our world. And despite that, and our focus is also somewhat caused by the fact that so much is thrown at us at such a fast pace. It's hard to make that choice of what should my focus be on. So that's why this video was done. Okay, now when we got into, and this was the distraction card, the one that, God bless you folks, but you're getting it from every angle. And then this was the card that said, our focus is on innocent life. And indeed, that's very true. And the Empress showed up just kind of saying, you've come so far and you've grown so much. And love and nurturing is a big part of who you are and what you should be. So that was great. The near future. Give yourself permission to explore some of those abilities that don't necessarily have an immediate tangible impact. Okay, if you've got, grow your intuition, your discernment. If there's something creative that you've put on the back burner, this card's giving you, this is what the universe would like you to be focusing on, more of your, like I said, non-tangible abilities, and then any creative aspects that you've kind of tamped down just because you've had to try to deal with life and going about your business. Then the universe wants us to be more focused on truth and accepting it for ourselves and diplomatically knowing when to share it. And give yourself permission to slow down a little bit, because we've got all that constant bombardment of things to worry about, whether it's bridges or barges or trials or whatever, okay? Inflation and trying to feed your family. Slow down a little bit and give yourself that permission to broaden your perspective of the world, things you look at, things you mull over, things you prioritize. Give yourself a little time. And then how can we reconcile those? Well, first of all, just recognize you've put in a lot of hard work already, and give yourself a pat on the back. Absolutely. And know that in many areas of our existence, things really are, even though they don't always seem to it, coming to a turning point, a changing point. Okay. Now, as we explore those abilities and opportunities that come our way, the Hangman says we're going to, especially as we're pursuing truth and unlearning things that need to be unlearned and learning things that should be learned or should have been taught. we're going to be looking at things in a new way. We're going to have a lot of aha moments ahead of all of us, no matter how awake we are. We still have so much that we're going to go, brace yourselves, folks. Now we're telling you this. And understand there's going to be lots of opportunities in the near future. So when an opportunity comes up to explore a topic, to pursue an interest, to hone a skill, to dive deeper into a subject that you're curious about, those opportunities are going to still be coming our way, and we can anticipate them, and they're going to be glorious. So that's it for this video. What our collective focus is on, should be on, and how we can reconcile that. And it's interesting to note that through that, one of the things was, you know what? You can grow more and faster if you slow down a little. So give yourself permission to do that. And again, one of the cards that was very meaningful to me, where we should be at, grounding. Take time to get outdoors, to ground yourself. See, he's leaning against a tree, got all that good energy. Give yourself permission to do that. And while you're out, take a look up. Today over my house, there are chemtrails galore. They've been laying them for hours. And I have been asking the universe and off-world benign help to render whatever is being sprayed either benign, so in other words, harmless, or beneficial. And so if you have time and I'm in your thoughts at all, if you could make that same a request for the chemtrails and then do them for the world. I start with my house over my head, and then I spread out from there. So I would really appreciate that, that positive energy that I tell you that I really appreciate just as much as anything tangible you might ever give me. I don't ask for donations, but I am asking for an energy donation that for what's coming out of our skies today, or something that's in our skies, because it's an atmospheric truth that your atmosphere is not going to support two natural types of clouds at one time. Your weather conditions are going to make them either be cirrus or stratus or cumulus or what have you. So I had all these beautiful cumulus clouds, and then the white stripes starting. So obviously, since in natural circumstances, you're not going to have two types of clouds. Yeah, there's shenanigans going on in our sky. Hopefully they're beneficial. And if they weren't, then hopefully the transmutation abilities we have rendered them that way. But your help would be appreciated. So ground your feet, look at the skies, and see if you got some work to do transmuting some energy. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and attention. And if some of the topics I talked about are new to you or uncomfortable, I apologize. Like I said, I gave fair warning that it wouldn't really be a political read today. And hopefully you found some value in it and you didn't feel like you wasted your time. I know I don't feel like I wasted mine. I feel like I connected with a lot of loving, caring people, and that matters. Until next time, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, wish for you everything bright. And check out that announcement for the meditation this coming Sunday. You're welcome to join us. Bye.